Good afternoon. My name is Abiola, and I'll be showing you how to create an AI employee today. So, what are AI employees? Think about when you hire somebody for a job and you need them to do it recurrently, right? And the prerogative is that they have to learn on the job. So, let's say they give you a result today, for example. Let's say on a Tuesday, on a Wednesday, they give you a result. If they're going to work on Thursday, for example, that means their work will have improved, right? Their work will have improved. They learned from the previous outputs they've had before, and they're able to improve on those kind of, on the results they've had before. So this is essentially what AI employees are. And it's basically a fancier name for AI agents. And what they do is basically take your law firm from redundant stuff to much more them doing work for you. You basically just give them a job description and they do that work over and over and get better and better till you ask it to stop, basically. So for example, let's say I want to create an AI employee, for example. I have a couple of them running already. So all I just have to do is click on add or do it directly from there. So for example, let's say I need to find case laws, for example. Let's say I need to find case laws regarding certain issues. So I can do, and it has to do is, I don't want to do all my case laws. I need them to just run autonomously before the result, return results to me rather. Okay. So here I can do like, okay, maybe case law agent, case law assistant, for example. And this is one of the applications of this is that it does work, when you are not logged in or anything like that. It just does those work and send to you. Okay. So you'd help me research. So for example, I want to create a prompt that is going to generate for us. So create a prompt. Prompt for multi-jurisdictional research. Put a jurisdictional research on public hearing that were dismissed. So for this use case, I can just do generate, okay? And at some point, it's going to just give the AI employee full details on what's up. So as you can see, it says you are the multi-jurisdictional research specialist for this law firm. Your job is to investigate public hearing and dismissals across multiple jurisdictions. So he's able to follow this up over and over and over till he gets tired. Okay. So, and once we're done, the next thing we want to do is, okay, select the tools that we need. So from that prompt now, it's able to automatically select the tools that it needs to work. All right. So this is how things get really, really interesting. And from there, you can go ahead and do a save and continue. All right. Now, the next thing we want to do is this. How long should this be running? Because this consumes credit, obviously. How long should this be running? So if you don't want to attach it to a matter or to a workspace or your law firm, you can do that. Otherwise, you can just select none. For this one, I will just select none. So I want this process to run, I want this job to run every 15 minutes, okay? And after it's done, I want it to send me an email summary when it's done. All right? If I want to trigger other employees based on the results I've gotten here, I can do a couple of triggers, all right? And once I'm done, I'm going to do what? Save schedule. Okay? So the next part of this is let's check the case law assistant here now. So you can see it has an activity space here. If I want this to trigger immediately, or maybe I'm just testing it, but I want it to trigger immediately, all I just have to do is click on this lightning icon, boom, and that's it. From here, it's able to use a number of tools, search for case laws, and give you a lot of results. So let's wait a little bit while it runs, and once it's done, I'm going to get back and just show you a couple of things. So the agent is done now. So let's see what happened. So within here, you're able to see what needs reviews. Okay, from here, you're able to see what needs reviews from this point. Then if I go and check you're going to see the verbose to usage. So we might probably ignore this at some point. But generally, what you want to see is the agent summary. Okay, so it can tell you exactly what it was able to research, the findings, yada yada, and a couple of other information generally. But it was able to do the multi-jurisdictional research well and fine. Okay, and when it was done, it sent me an email here. So if you can see this, you see that it's actually sent me a number of emails here. So from here, you can see it's actually sent me the same summary I had seen earlier and gave me an information of, okay, what next? So it said it's going to run again in 120 minutes. This is basically the AI employee just doing your work for you. And that's it. That's exactly what it does. And you're able to automate this over and over. And it tells you the amount of credits being used and how much it burnt, So this is what ModulawAI employee is about. It can do way much more than this, but you just have to automate it properly and it just gets things done on its own without you interfering or anything like that. So that's it basically. Thank you very much.